Today's something to think about is called In the Fire. In Daniel 3:19 through 27, Nebuchadnezzar was so fierce with Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego that his face became distorted with rage. He commanded the furnace be heated 7 times hotter than usual. Then he ordered some of the strongest men of his army to bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and throw them into the blazing flames. So they tied them up and threw them into the furnace, fully dressed in their pants, turbans, robes, and other garments. And because the king in his anger had demanded such a hot fire in the furnace, the flames killed the soldiers that threw the 3 in. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, securely tied, fell into the roaring flames. But suddenly Nebuchadnezzar jumped up in amazement and exclaimed to his advisors, "Didn't we tie up 3 men and throw them into the furnace?" "Yes, your majesty, we certainly did," they replied. "Look," Nebuchadnezzar shouted, "I see 4 men, unbound, walking around in the fire unharmed, and the 4th looks like a god." Then Nebuchadnezzar came as close as he could to the door of the flaming furnace and shouted, "Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, servants of the Most High God, come out, come here." So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego stepped out of the fire. Then the high officers, officials, governors, and advisors crowded around them and saw that the fire had not touched them. Not a hair on their head was singed, and their clothing was not scorched. They didn't even smell of smoke. When God allows us to go through the fire, we never have to go through it alone. The times in the fire allows the impurities to be purged out of us, just as refining silver or gold. It takes out the impurities that brings our value down. 2 most important things to remember about this account is, 1, they did not go through the fire alone. Even as Nebuchadnezzar looked inside the furnace, he saw 4 men, not 3, walking inside. God did not forsake them nor abandon them in their time in the furnace, but he walked with them. Secondly, verse 20 says that Nebuchadnezzar had some of the strongest men bind them before they threw them into the fire. Yet when they came out, verse 27 says not a hair on their heads was singed, nor even their clothing was burnt, nor did they even smell of smoke. The only thing missing when they came out was the binds that were put on them. All the bondages that they carried into the fire was burnt off inside the fire. When we find ourselves in the middle of a fire, one of our first tendencies is to ask, "God, where are you? And why me?" I would encourage you, instead of responding in that way, to respond with, "God, what are you trying to teach me in this situation? And what bondages do I need to be free from to be able to move forward?" Thank you. God bless.